like, fuck Amber Rose. Why do you have Amber Rose up there? Why is she was the biggest mouth for the left, and now biggest mouth for the left. Now she's up on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's giving the hawk to it to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let her up there. It's like, guys, you have to give us a second to change. We're not going to change immediately, and we're not going to figure it all out immediately. Give us some room to figure out that, hey, yo, we were wrong. Like, what I thought about Trump 4 years ago was wrong. I didn't listen to all of the clips. I didn't listen to the clip's entirety to its entirety. Now I have, and now I understand what he was saying. Even the 2025 project that they're trying to make us all be afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yes, JD Vance is probably, I think he's attached to the Heritage Foundation or whatever it is in some way, but Trump's not, and Trump hasn't said anything about it. He hasn't said anything about gay marriage. He hasn't given a shit about it, and he didn't give a shit about it the last time he was president. Mm-hmm. The only thing he did about abortion, which is another topic, which we'll cover, but he wants to leave it to states' rights. He's not trying to make it so the only people that can have abortions are like people who have been violated or like the life of the mother. That's not what he's trying to do. He's not signed his name to that. In fact, he's even said his name is not on the Project 2025. Mm-hmm. So to me, it's just fear mongering. And it just has, the left is using the wording to make it seem like all gay people are going to be screwed up. All trans people are going to be screwed up. All African Americans are going to be screwed up, and it's going to be horrible. John Young, I love you guys. Just saying. And I also called you ma'am. Just saying. You did. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And I also, okay, fine. You can say that maybe you were wrong because you didn't really pay attention and you kind of checked off all the boxes that we were supposed to check off. You know, we talk about that all the time about like, you know, you check those boxes. You know, you're mixed, you're gay, look like a boy, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
blah,
I should be trans,
whatever.
blah, 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 blah.
So, and you're supposed to check all those boxes. So normally what happens is that when you check all those boxes, you tend to also check said boxes that go with those, you know, and 4 years ago, okay, maybe you didn't do your due diligence the same way that you're doing it now. But I also think that there's a little bit of grace in that too, is that we did what we felt like was right. And we did what we felt like was best for us at the time, you know, keeping our marriage, that kind of stuff, whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Give us a minute.
I also think that, do you think it's more taboo that it's the changing of the minds that's more frustrating to people, or the just extreme to some people, the extreme of going from one side to the other? Because as you're changing your mind, what's happening is, for me, I'm just asking more questions.
Yeah.
I'm simply asking more questions. And I'm also saying, okay, this makes sense to me, but this doesn't make sense to me. Or this portion of it makes sense to me, but the rest of it doesn't make sense to me. So is it more of the asking the questions, or is it the extremes that just say, fuck it, I'm just going to go to the other side?
I think people are just asking questions at this point. The real Matthew, you have to give space for fucking up to a degree. It's called learning. Yeah.
Right?
I feel like that's it. And I feel like most kids, Jonathan Ortega, she's mixed, she's gay, doesn't have a penis, but somehow has more big dick energy than most kids. And that's why I have your phone number. Yeah, I in your 20s, you kind of don't care. Right? It's whatever is going to make your life the easiest. Like, that's how it is. Hey, is the government going to give me money? Cool. Are you going to pay for my, tuition and my housing and my whatever? Cool. I'm voting for that, blah, blah, blah. But as you get older and you want things, right? Like, you want to buy a car, you want to have good credit, you want to own a home,
right?
You want your kid to have
all of the things that they tell us that we want.
Like, the two sides don't match. You can't get that with the liberals the way that you can with the conservatives. You can't. And it's like, if the only thing that conservatives are telling me is that, yo, the scariest thing, right? The scariest thing for us is there won't be federal marriage for gay people. Like, that won't be recognized federally. That's the thing. Like, all gay rights are going to be taken away. Blah, 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 blah. If I have to choose between that and it being possible for my kid to get taken away from me because I won't take him to get his dick cut off, fine, we're not married federally. Like, I don't care. Like, that's not a risk for me. That's not a body part. That's not something that's irreversible to me. So you can go on this scare me all you want, but it doesn't scare me. Like, it really doesn't. Because I'm gonna protect kids. I'm not. It's fine. I don't need to be federally married. I can be married in New York State, because obviously that's never gonna go away, because
Right.
New York State's never not gonna be liberal. But like, if the federal government doesn't want to recognize our marriage, like, fine, as long as they can't take our kid away.
Well, that's the thing. And when you first hear that, I was like, well, I don't want to lose my marriage. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to lose my marriage to you. We've been married almost 12 years. Like, and then my next questions after that is like, well, can they make us not be together? No. Well, can they force me to change my name? No. Like,
David Marcella, do I need to care that someone is trans? I don't think you need to care. I mean, it's a matter of like how you. I don't think you need to care. I don't think it's any. I don't think that you need to care that I'm gay. I don't think you need to care that I'm actually a girl, or that, like, who carried my kid. Like, no, I don't think you need to care at all.
oh, it won't come down.
Yeah, it won't come down. JD Vance is kind of kooky about incest and I need to know more. I know he's attached somehow to the 2025 agenda. I need to look more into that, but from what I can tell, Trump's not attached to it. Maybe he attached him to